Check, check. Good afternoon. Hey, Al, would you mind checking your mic? And then, Joe, could you check your mic as well? Or Ben?
Yeah. Oh, very good. Check, check. 1, 2. Test, test. Good. Okay, 1, 2. Test, test. Good.
2 is out. Just count to 10.
Keep talking. I'm good. Okay, there you got it.
There it is.
Right. You found it.
We have an audience for this one.
They try not to find me, you know. So
They're bringing people in for this one? They're bringing people in for this one? They're bringing an audience. We can start? Okay. All right, everybody, we're going to start. I think we're live, so they're watching me do this. I think somebody just texted me. All right, one of the schools. Good afternoon, boys and girls and teachers out in the classrooms in the district. My name is Mr. Good. I am the instrumental music teacher at Shepherd, Sherrod, and McDivitt schools. With me here today, we're doing our elementary instrumental recruitment demonstration concert. So we have Mr. Bell, who's of Miller and Carpenter School. We have Miss Olivola of Southwood, Voorhees, and Cooper School. We also have Mr. Barnett down there from Madison Park, Memorial, and Grissom. And then these fantastic people here are Mr. Al Elefante, who is the owner of Elefante Music, who's the company that when you see the end of this concert and you decide to join band, you're going to be renting your instrument with him. And we also have his band of amazing musicians. We have a really awesome program for you guys. Really pay close attention to the different instruments, and we hope that all of you guys are inspired by this to join band. So here we go. Let's take it away.
1, 2, 3, and well, welcome to our instrument demonstration. We'd like to do something now that kind of shows you what each instrument can do as far as creating a mood. So we're going to play a medley of songs. A medley is a bunch of songs strung together with some kind of a common theme, and this one is a movie. So these are all going to be from the same movie, and you're going to recognize it. And if you listen how we form different feelings within the medley, it starts with the trumpet. And listen to how the trumpet makes do a fanfare type of feel. So you'll be listening to that at the beginning of the medley, and then it goes over to the trombone, which sounds like this. And then we're going to go over to the woodwind section to finish the medley. We hope you enjoy it. You're going to know the movie it's from. 1, 2, 3. going to show you a few of the different instruments and just more or less how they sound. We're not going to try to teach you how to play them now, but we'll give you an idea of how they work. So if we think about it, what is sound? Sound is just a vibration. So you have to make some kind of a vibration on each one of these instruments. And on the flute, you make a vibration by blowing across this air hole here. So you've probably all tried to play over a soda bottle or something and got that vibration. It's the same thing. So if you can do that and make a vibration there, it'll work well on the flute too. The only difference is that with the flute or any of these other instruments, you can change the pitch. So listen to how the flute goes down as I make the tube longer, and as I make the tube shorter, the pitch goes up. So that's pretty much how the flute sounds, and that's kind of on a jazz feel. But I can also play a lot of other different things on the flute. And I'm going to play something along with the rest of the band, and it's another one you're going to recognize.
You'll never hear it.
2, 1 and 2. We have an audience in the back. Okay, so you know the flute was small, but you could still hear it. Even though it's small, your ear picks up the high pitches, the low pitches. Here's another smaller instrument, which is also going to play high, because the smaller the instrument, the higher it's going to play, because it vibrates faster. So this is a clarinet, and you make the vibration by blowing across this reed. So it's going to sound much different than the flute. Yep, so that's the sound of the flute. I always make them cry. Anyway, I'm going to play clarinet on something that you're going to recognize from the show Aladdin with the rest of the band. 1, 2, 1. Small but mighty audience there in the back. Okay, so the last two instruments I showed you were from the Woodwind family, and they have a lot of things in common. And you might look at this next instrument, what I'm going to show you, and you're going to say, well, it's made out of brass. Why isn't it a brass instrument? It is a brass instrument, but it's in the woodwind family because it was invented by a guy named Adolph Sax, actually. He called it the saxophone. And it's in the woodwind family because he wanted to invent an instrument that was brass that a woodwind player could play. So he designed it with a mouthpiece that you could play with a reed, and you make the tube longer and smaller like you do on all the other woodwind instruments, or a recorder if you've taken that. So it's pretty prevalent in both jazz and rock, and it's in the band. It's a middle instrument, so it's very important in the band too. So you can play a lot of different styles on the saxophone. And now I'm going to play something with the band that you're also going to recognize. It's a Disney song. 1, 2, 3. Telling you. So, those are the woodwind instruments, and now we're going to go to the string instruments. Mr. Cole's going to show you a little bit about the string instruments.
Okay, guys, we're going to start with the violin. The violin's the smallest in the string family, so it plays the highest, and we make vibrations with our bows. Gets pretty high up there to wake you guys up. We can do all the same types of genres. We can do classical. Little Mozart. We can do rock music. All right, a little aha for you guys. Also, there's a lot of confusion about whether the fiddle is the same instrument or different than the violin. It is the same exact instrument, it's just the way that you play it. So that's the violin. Oh, guys, by the way, all these instruments come in smaller sizes, so don't be scared by what you see me using. They're going to be made just for you. Next, I'm going to show you the viola. It's a little bigger, so it goes a little bit lower. Check it out, just a little bit bigger. So here's the range of the viola. We can do all the same music, classical. We can do fun film music. We have a little special request. A little Harry Potter for you guys. So next up I'm going to show you the cello, and it's obviously going to be a lot lower because it's a lot bigger than these guys. A little bit. So normally you play the cello sitting down, but so everyone can see it, I'm going to stand. So this guy's going to go really low. Two notes and you get a crazy shark villain. We can also do classical, a little bit of a habanera. You guys ready? We can do rock music, a little Led Zeppelin. All right, and here's a song that you guys might know about, a nice happy shark. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, that's the strings. I'm going to show you now what it sounds like with the band, so keep an ear out. You guys ready?
One, two.
All right, that's the strings, guys.
So far you've heard the woodwinds, you heard the flute, clarinet, and alto sax. On the strings, you heard the violin, viola, cello. The next family of instruments we're going to go to now are the brass family.
Okay, I guess I'm elected to start here. The brass instruments, I'm going to start with the trumpet. It's the smallest of the brass. And how do we get a sound? How do we get the vibration on a trumpet? We have to buzz our lips, it's called, and we do it into this thing that is a mouthpiece, and we all have one. And you can see
Cheers.
it's a cup with a hole in it. So you buzz your. Have you ever like spit a hair out like, and you're actually buzzing your lips. Boy, I got that. I guessed that one right. Anyway, a trumpet has the ability to play melodies and be exciting and especially going up high and loud. That's what we have a sickness for. So anyway, I'm going to give you a demonstration of some high notes here.
That's not high. They want high notes.
No,
Give
I
me the
thought
good stuff, myself.
that
Come
was.
on.
Oh man, I thought that.
Step up. Come on.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to play with the whole band now. And you'll know this song. It's from another movie. And this is going to feature the trumpet. Here we go.
Wow. I'm sure they're cheering at home. That, of course, trumpet, higher brass. I'm going to show you a couple of low brass instruments, starting with the trombone. Now, the trombone, as you can see, is a much larger instrument, a larger mouthpiece, so we tend to play lower. In the band, a lot of times the trombone and low brass in general will play supporting parts, get some melodies, but very important because if you only had melodies, it'd be pretty boring to listen to and to play. So it's nice to have some support underneath the melody. Now, the trombone can play a lot of different range of volume and high, low. Let's give you an example, maybe something a little bit on the louder side. Okay, little loud. As you can see, if the music calls for strong, loud playing, we can provide it, but certainly if the music wants something quieter, softer, we can provide that too. So that's the trombone, very important part of the band or orchestra. Another low brass instrument is behind me. It looks like a little tuba, but it's not. Looks like a tuba, but doesn't sound like a tuba. It's called a baritone horn, or a nicer version, extra valves, would be a euphonium. The sound on the baritone comes from up top, so instead of hitting you square on like a trumpet or a trombone, it kind of falls on you a little bit. And it's kind of a nice mellow sound. Can sting a little bit too. Now, if you play the baritone, it kind of sets you up for later on to play the tuba if you so desire, and that's an incredibly cool instrument. Now, before we get to the last brass instrument of the day, we're going to feature the trombone with the rest of the band with a song from another movie, but this movie is 1939, but I think you might know it. Middle section. Oh. Don't want to leave you hanging, man. Hang on one second. One, two, three.
Hi, I'm Miss Olivola. So this is the French horn. It's also a brass instrument like the trumpet and the trombone. It's got 3 valves that you play with, and notice that I'm using my hand to hold the bell. And when you hold the hand in the bell, you could do some really cool things like move your hand in and out. And if you ever wanted to be a dinosaur, you totally could with the horn. It also plays some cool movie music too. If you've ever seen West Side Story, it's a treat. The horn can also play high sounds. And it could also play very low sounds. So this is a brass instrument that has a little bit of everything. Now we're going to end our concert with some percussion, and Mr. Bell's right on over there.
Okay, hi, I'm Mr. Bell. I'm one of the elementary band teachers, and the last family of instruments we're going to talk about is percussion. And percussion's a little unique because you don't just play one instrument when you play percussion. You play a lot. There's all sorts of instruments you can play with sticks, like snare drum, tenors, drum set, timbales. There's a whole family of percussion you can play with your hands. Kungas, bongos, doumbek, all sorts of hand drums from different cultures, djembe. There's little things that you could shake, like shakers, tambourine, triangle, and all that falls under percussion. So while we do a lot of snare drum and stuff like that, and drum set and things like that, you learn a lot about a lot of different kinds of instruments. Usually percussionists pull up with their entire car filled with drums up, falling out of the windows because they have so many things to bring. We have a couple cool things to show you real quick. First of all, Mr. Barnett over there has some bongos. You play that with your hand. Why don't you give us a little lick there? That's right. So you play with your hands to make different sounds, all right? Mr. Good has, what do you got there? Some shakers, egg shakers. Right. Seems small, but when you listen to a song, that sound like holds the entire band together. It's the whole groove. Another small instrument that people think is so easy, but it's not, is the triangle. Yeah, so you keep a lot of important groove stuff with stuff like that. And then the big instrument he has in front of him is called the snare drum, and this is one of the instruments you play a lot of when you first start percussion. Why don't you give us a little drum solo, Mr. Good? Very nice, very nice. All right, yeah, so you can do a lot of cool stuff, percussion, lots of instruments. So to show off the percussion a little bit and the whole band and how the percussion kind of contributes to the vibe of the music, we're going to do our last song. It's When the Saints Go Marching, and a lot of people do it. We're going to play it in New Orleans style. All right, so if you ever go down to New Orleans, you'd hear a style of music like this. Listen for the percussion, and I think everybody's going to take a solo, right? You guys feel like taking a solo? Yeah? Everybody? Right. Including the drums, too. We get a solo, too. All right, here's When the Saints Go Marching In.
The drums are going to take a solo, the percussion section, but I'd like to just say one thing, that all the background percussion you heard that was very important to all the songs we did was by the faculty right here at Old Bridge, and they're very good musicians, very dedicated. So we hope all of you that like music, and everybody likes music, would pick an instrument, play it, and be part of this great music program that you have here. So here we go. We're going to play one more. You're going to get to hear everything one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Violin. Trumpet. Trombone. Percussion.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching our concert. We hope you guys really enjoyed all the great playing that we heard today. So the next thing that you're going to do, students in 4th and 5th grade that are watching in your classroom or maybe at home, you're going to decide which 2 instruments you would like to play in the band program. And then what you're going to do is, in the description in this video, but also your family's going to receive an email today. Signups are open today. So you can go home today and say, Mom, Dad, I saw instruments at school. I want to join band. And we hope you guys all want to join band because it's a lot of fun. We have a great time. We have a great program in Old Bridge. You get to play music all the way through middle school and high school, go on trips, do great performances, make a lot of friends. And it's just something that you can do lifelong, you know, be a musician, be someone who loves music, plays music for fun. So you can start today, okay? So go home today, tell your parents that you want to join the band in Old Bridge, and we'll see you guys in class soon, okay? Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Ms. Keeler, Mr. G, everybody for being here and being part of this. We really appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you for inviting us.